Today's episode is brought to you by DNA Sports Training. If you or someone you know wants to take their game to the next level, then hit up DNA Sports Training. Visit DNASportsDenver.com right now to book a training session. We offer training sessions in football, track and field, and everything else in between. Whether you're an offensive or defensive lineman wanting to get off the ball quicker, or you're an athlete wanting to improve their overall speed and agility, we have something for you over at DNA. Visit DNASportsDenver.com right now and sign up. Every time that beat plays, boy.
Yo. What up, brother?
You know who did that beat?
Who did it?
That's my boy, Chef Premier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's nice.
Chef Premier?
Chef Premier.
Wow.
It's got that B-boy, that backpack. That bass line, though. What's up, y'all?
Maybe want to record a verse real quick.
I'm telling you, bro, every time that freaking beat comes on, I'm like, oh, God.
Gets us going. Gets us started. How's it going?
What's up, Don? Long time, no time.
Another day.
What you been up to, brother?
Pod. I'm just chilling, bro. You know, we had regionals yesterday actually, and it was great, bro. DJ went down there and he did what he was supposed to do. He took first. He wasn't feeling it, honestly. He struggled, but sometimes the struggle is the success.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he took first, bro. He's been wrestling sixth graders all year, and now he finally got to wrestle second and third graders, and he took for
his actual age group.
I mean? Yeah. So, you know, and now it's off to Super State next weekend and trying to get another one.
Well, I ain't got nothing on my front. We got snowed out this week. You know what I mean? So we were supposed to have 2 track meets, had none. So it is what it is. But before we go further, man, very, very, very special guest sitting in with us. Very thankful for this dude to come in and give us some time. It's got a great event coming up that, you know, it has a lot of intrigue, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But super proud of him. It's you know, I've known him for a while, and to be able to sit down on this kind of front is kind of cool. But the mighty spoken words.
Thanks,
What's up, brother?
Appreciate you guys having me. This is my first podcast, so thank you, and I'm excited to be here.
Dude, I appreciate you sitting in, man. You know, we've had opportunities to talk battle rap. Because Dom's a big fan of battle rap, so there's podcasts past where we've talked about battle rap and hip hop, and we both have been big lovers of hip hop. So it's good to have have you on. You know, you're big in the battle scene. You've been going at it for years and years and years, bro. And so you've definitely hung some coats on the wall. So wanted to get you in and be like, "What's up, man?"
What's up?
Hip hop.
We here.
If you know Colorado hip hop, you know Colorado battle rap, then you know who Spoken Words is.
And if not, man, you better go hit that fucking Google machine and get to know.
Nah,
get
there's
to learn.
no if not, bro.
Get to learn.
If you know it, then you know who this man is.
There you go. There you go.
Or else you just don't know it properly because you haven't been doing your research. You know, he again, before the pod started, I had to give him his flowers. You know, one of the top dudes to put the city on, you know, when it comes to lyricism and just rocking the mic and rocking the crowd. Much respect, bro, and I'm excited to see what you got going on here. Like he said, I love battle rap. You know, I follow Smack, you know, URL, RBE, you know, all the different battle leagues out there, cushion coffins and body bags here locally. You know what I'm saying? And so I know, you know, a little bit about battle rap, and I love the art. You know, it's a whole different. We were talking about a little bit earlier. It's not like, you know, if you rap, but it's still a different. There's an art to being able to get in there and battle rap in front of a crowd, and
Most def.
you know, and I'm excited to hear more about your competition you got going on.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
Obviously, we know who you are, but if some folks ain't hip to game, put them hip to game, man. Because we're blessed to have viewers from all over the world, man. It's been cool. We can open up the little feed, man, and it shows us where people listen, dude, and see some of the places people listen. It's real humbling. So let these folks know, man, who you are.
Yeah, man. Thanks. My name is Spoken Words, and I've been in the scene for a while, man. You know, I was there when battle rap was over beats, freestyle, and then as it evolved, I was able to kind of transition to the acapella battle rap, and that's, you know, that's been the main thing that, I feel like I've been active in. I used to do shows and all that, and I used to rock with everybody. I've had so many, blessed to be part of so many dope crews, Infinite Minds, 2MX2. But yeah, man. So, we're here and it's a new day, and just excited to kind of give back to the art form what it gave to me coming up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at now.
You're a vet in the game, man. You done recorded so many tracks and done so many shows, but this is where your heart's at with the battle rap. This event you got coming up, and we'll talk about it a little bit real quick or plug it real quick. But this event you got coming up, who's got the juice? What kind of inspired you to put this together?
Man, it's been a long road, man. Because for me, I've always loved freestyle battle rap kind of format, and so it's evolved to acapella battle rap now. But I'm just interested to see what we can do to bring back that art form on beat, 8 Mile style, Scribble Jam style. Yeah. So for a long time, I've been wanting to do this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. For a long time, it just never was the right time for me. But I've had this idea for a while, and I've always, for me, the issue was funds and finding the right sponsorships and things like that. And nobody was hearing it. There was just no interest in it. So as time went, I started working for this company, Next One.
Shout out to Next One.
Yeah, they're a concentrate company. They make like your waxes, your live sugars, your cartridges. They do a bunch of stuff. So I'd been with them for like 3 years. Okay. And, little by little, they kind of, the thing is, it's hard to reach the top of the people, right? Because you can send them emails and you can do all you want. But, the best way for me was actually working for the company, because it came to a point where like their sales reps were trying to find ways to advertise the product. And so they felt that a lot of these cannabis companies were very corporate. You know what I mean? So like you go to some of these dispensers and they look like Apple, like an Apple store, or like it's just very corporate, Yeah. They wanted to kind of dive into a more kind of hip kind of thing. And, eventually, shout out to Frank. He's one of the top sales leads at Next One. He was really cool because he was curious on what I was doing. And he had heard that we had already been doing some cannabis kind of hip hop events. We did like the Ciphers of the Culture. Where we had a few sponsorships put together, the ciphers and things like that. So once he knew we were doing something like that, he kind of wanted to dive in a little bit more into like what I was doing, right? And it's kind of crazy, man, because they came out with this new product called the Juice Box. It's a 2-gram cartridge, disposable cartridge. So when you're done with it, you can just toss it. You don't have to fill it back up again. But if you notice, one of the things is, it's by Hazy, and it's got a nice little corporate look. But they also wanted to make it more hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I noticed the like graph writing.
Yeah, if you look at the Juice Box font, it's in the hip hop form.
Yeah.
So we were just trying to figure out how we can like make a dope hip hop event to promote this new product. So as I'm like down there, because I did some packaging for them too. So I'm just sitting there packaging away like hundreds of these things all day long, 8 hours a day, whatever. Shout out to them, to all the packagers. That's a hard life.
That's right. Upstairs.
Yeah. One day, Frank came down and was like, yo, what can we do? Right. And so I just was like, I think what we could do is do like a battle. Right. And so we were just thinking like acapella battle, because that's
what it kind of is right now. Yeah.
And that's what they've been sponsoring. They've been sponsoring my last few battles also. So we've been making these gift boxes and giving them to all the battle rappers.
Shout out to these though. These are dope.
Yeah, man. Those usually come with the Next One T-shirt, a lighter, Next One lighter, either a joint or a juice box. So it's got some goodies in there.
Sweet.
Right on.
But
appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Next One and Hazy. Eventually, I started to think, because they want to bring in 1,000 people. Okay. So we've never really done
that. They
this.
don't want a small event.
No. And the thing is, even working with VO, we've maybe pulled 500, 600 people probably at the most at even some of our bigger events when we're bringing in like the, you know, the Danny Myers and you know any of the big heads on URL or King of the Dot. And even, you know, so I had a concern like, yo, you know, we can do this. We could do the, you know, well, if you guys want to sponsor it, dope. But, you know, how do we get 1,000 people, right? Because for me, it seems like Denver scene doesn't have a big following in acapella battle rap the way it is out either in Canada or on the West Coast or on the East Coast. You know, you look at some of those events and they're pulling in like 5,000-6,000 people, whatever it is. But here, for whatever reason, it's not a big following.
Yeah. I mean, they're selling pay-per-view streams, you know what I mean?
Exactly, you know, and so we're not at that point with the format. It's growing, and I think that VO and like, you know, Colorado Battle Rap and any of these leagues that have done everything they could to make it where it's at now, it's great. So because we are growing, but one of the things that I thought about as I was thinking this, like, how can we do this, and we can do a rap battle, whatever. How can we pull 1,000 people? And I thought, why don't we do a freestyle rap battle?
There you go.
Right? Because I feel like Denver, for whatever reason, they follow that. They just like competition. They like to see who's going to win, you know. So, you know, I was like, well, let's do a freestyle rap battle, boom, boom, boom. And I thought the last time I seen a good event was called Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. It was at the Walnut Room. Dent actually put that one on. And that one kicks me in the ass every time because I wanted to join that battle. But for whatever reason, I threw a little fit that night and I just didn't show up. But I felt like I would be able to win it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, it didn't happen, and it was a great event though. And I noticed that there was a following because there was people there that don't even listen to hip hop. They just were there because they just want to see this freestyle competition, right? There was like old people there and shit, like, you know, young people, whatever. So I figured, you know, who Dent ran that event. I thought, you know, I'm gonna reach out to Dent, you know, because this is where I start reaching out to my connections. Yeah. Because obviously I can't do this by myself.
Right. No, definitely.
So I start reaching out to the heads, you know, to the people that have been doing this even before me. And Dent, you know, I look up to Dent. He was rapping way before me. You know what I mean? So
it's a Mount Rushmore.
I hit him up. You know, exactly. And I was like, yo, man, I got this opportunity. We want us to bring 1,000 people. Like, we're looking at Temple, you know what I mean? And people are always like, bro, that place is hard to pack. It's like an EDM club, techno. Like, it's going to be tough to pack. And I was like, let's give it a shot. So I talked to him. And then it was crazy because I was like, man, like, talking to Dent, like, man, what are we going to call this, right? And he was just like, bro, right away, he was like, you should call it, like, Who's Got the Juice?
Hell yeah.
And I was like, oh, dude, Juice Box, Who's Got the Juice? And then I started thinking the movie Juice.
That's immediately I went to it.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, in the movie, there's a scene where Q is auditioning for
the DJ battle. Yeah.
And there's that scene where he's outside. Well, even before he's outside in the building, he's putting together his audition tape, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You remember he was like cutting it up and just killing it. His mom like walks in and she's just kind of like shakes her head, just closes the door. And then boom, they're in that building. And it just dawned on me because I was like, man, like we should do auditions because I thought about that. And that's kind of how, basically, long story short, that's kind of how this came about. And how perfect dope. Is it, right? Because if I always wanted to do it, I just didn't know what I was going to call it, or what it was going to be theme like, or are we doing acapella? So once we settled in on, let's do Who's Got the Juice, freestyle rap battle competition, and it just stemmed from there. That was like the seed. And
bro, that takes you back to the golden era too. Yeah. Like, you know, I think you mentioned Denver having kind of a scene for freestyle rap. You know, I think a lot of that, dude, is there's a lot of, you know, middle-aged folks here.
Right.
That can go back to the 90s, the golden era of hip hop.
Right.
And can, you know, with the writing, can relive all of that. You know what I mean? I think that's Chris Rock had this joke one time where he said, whatever music you were listening to and you lost your virginity, that's the music you're gonna listen to your whole life. Yep. And I think it's the same thing where hip hop resonates with people to where they first go back to where they met hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think doing something like this where it's not like a battle acapella style. It takes him back to freestyling over mics at a party.
It's fun.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like getting together with your boys. And I think having the audition aspect of it makes it kind of, if you want to be there, this is how we're going to be there. Like,
Right.
Let's take it seriously, and it's going to weed out some of them folks that aren't serious with it, and you're going to get probably, in my opinion, the best lyricists, the best freestylers, and it might not even be anybody we know. It might just be some dude that freestyles for fun. I knew mad kids that just freestyle for fun,
Right.
So
Right.
you might get something like that.
Well, funny you bring that up because this has been an event for like a cash prize and all this other stuff, and we got sponsorship and all that, but. What you just said is very important because we might find the next Eminem. You know what I mean? We might, because that's how Eminem came up. He was in the Scribble Jam. If you guys remember Scribble Jam, like 2000, I don't even know. I think it was like 5 or it was in the early 2000s. He battled a guy named Juice.
No.
And Juice beat Eminem. So if you guys don't know your history, it's on YouTube. You could just type in Eminem versus Juice.
Isn't it great to have YouTube these days, dude, to be able to just, like, we'd have to find this shit out through, like, different avenues of people that knew shit,
But if you look at that, right, and you think, wow, man, like, that's where Eminem came from, bro. Because, even though he got beat by Juice, that's what made him, like, I think he, as an MC, when you lose a battle, you never want to go through that ever again. So you do everything you can to never be in that situation again. And for him to get through that, dude, it blows my mind that, like, Eminem is where he's at right now. And even cats that used to beat him in a freestyle battle are like, nobody even really knows about Juice, right? I know about him.
It's almost like passing over the game.
Right.
You got the juice now, just like the movie.
Exactly. You got that. That's funny you say that because we actually want to get a shot. So another part of the process with this show is that we want to make it a show.
Yeah.
So we are going to work on having a camera crew, professional camera crew that are going to be doing interviews for the auditioners. And we'll be releasing those to kind of build interest so that you guys could be all part of the story, right? And get to know these MCs because we didn't get that when we were coming up, joining these battles. It was just a moment where I couldn't tell you where the footage is when I won, those battles. They're all gone because it was just in a moment. We didn't have we had cameras, but it was just kind of like one angle and that was it. And it was just for whatever purposes. But, now we want to really dive in and make this like an actual show. If you remember Total Slaughter, you guys ever seen Total Slaughter on YouTube? I love that show because it was like you get to dive into each artist and kind of they get to tell their story. And then you get to see the buildup and how they got to where they got to eventually in that competition. So we're excited to have that. Man, it's going to be dope. And the other thing too is, going off of like finding this artist is that these artists get to shine in this platform because, like you said, we're gonna probably find some cats that are like, yo, who is this cat? And there are people that are like, yo, are you afraid that you're not gonna have enough competitors because they can't freestyle? I think that is kind of like a wrench in the spoke, kind of, so to speak, no pun intended, but. Hey, like, if you could rap, man, and if you believe in your craft, go up there. And, a lot of people hit me up like, well, I can't freestyle, but I can rap. It's like, well, just go and rap then.
Well, you see these freestyles online now that, you're like, yo.
Everybody's saying they're claiming their freestyle.
Yeah.
If you look at, like, the Colorado Minute or Mile High Minute on Instagram, a lot of those dudes, like, that's their caption. They're a new freestyle. They're a new freestyle. Well, then come do that at the competition, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking memorize that shit and make it look fresh.
It's 3 racks, bro.
Yeah.
And when I was coming up, it would be sometimes $200 and everybody came out the woodworks.
Right.
I mean, 500, even 1,000 at that time was like, yo, put your money where your mouth is was 1,000, and I was like, yo, and because I didn't compete, I was like, I lost out on that. You know what I mean? So don't be that person. Compete, and it's gonna be fun. You get to network in the process. There's no lose in the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if you don't win all the way, you still won because you promoted yourself, you networked yourself, you networked your artistry and your craft. So come up and sign up. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and to go back to like having them people that are paying to audition and are there, they're invested in it. You're going to meet other people that are invested, other artists. Like if you're an artist, you're going to meet other artists that are invested into the craft, that want to go as far as they can with it. And being able to sharpen swords with each other, man, and get to learn off of each other.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That goes a long way with being a better artist. And then not to mention add $3,000 budget to what you do as an artist.
Dude, not only that, you also get sponsorship from one of the cannabis companies.
Sick.
So, they hook you up with their gear, they hook you up with the product. product, you know. And on top of that, we're working on other things like Scissor Hand Design Studio. They're the barbershop that I go to. You know, TJ, shout out to TJ. He's given like a free haircut with a full like package deal that comes with, you know, the things you need for your dome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nice.
I mean, who knows? This could launch your career. You know what I
And
mean?
that's another thing, you know, it's like,
commercial.
exactly, man, like you may be able to blow up from this. You may be the next Eminem, you know, and that's kind of like, I'm interested to see what we're about to see here, because, you know, I'm so excited to see who's going to take it. You know what I mean? And, you know, and like you said, on top of that, you get to promote your stuff, and you know, you know, there's going to be a lot of eyes on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have your average hip hop crowd. You know, we're bringing in a bunch of cannabis sponsors and stuff that are bringing in like people, all bud tenders that work at these dispensaries,
Right.
stoners. You know what I mean? You name it. So you're going to have a lot of eyes on you, because if you're going to have 1,000 people, you know, that's a lot of people. So
You got to get them in.
Be prepared. Let's see who's got the juice.
So I definitely want to talk about this. Excuse me, the structure of the whole thing. But before that, I want to kind of touch back on the freestyle aspect. And for a lot of people who are on the fence about joining it because it's a freestyle competition, know that majority of battle rap out there, there's very few that actually get up there and freestyle. You know what I mean? Because there's punchlines, you know, and setups and everything that you got to put into a battle rap that is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you format it. And so most of the time, it doesn't have to necessarily get up there and what comes off the top of the dome like back in the day. It's like, put your best foot forward to win the competition.
Yeah. And if you're creative, you can bounce back and forth. I've done it before.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, I did it here and there. You know what I mean? There were moments where I was in a battle, excuse me, and you know, I had to go to my writtens because I ran out of like ideas. So I started using some of my written stuff, and it took me a long way. They don't listen, man. No, a lot of times people don't know, right? They don't even know. I mean, you could just go up there and do what you're good at, and that's it. You know, if you watch the 8 Mile the outtakes, like the behind the scene battles, you guys ever seen those?
Yeah.
Where like Eminem battles Marv 1.
Yep.
You look at that, watch that battle. Marv 1 is not spitting freestyles, and you know that it's not freestyle because he's like rapping, and I think he got caught up in the moment, and he's like, no, you're off, no, and he almost choked for a second, and then he kind of like went back to his last line, and then went back on, and then he finished his punchline, and it was great. And then what did Eminem do? He came up and he was like, you know, you ain't spitting. Or matter of fact, that whole shit was written. You know what I mean? But that's the fun of this, right? That's what makes the people go, ooh, ah, you know what I mean? If somebody knows that you're spitting it in, and this person comes out and
they're freestyling it right there,
hey, bro, sorry, man.
Sorry, you got it.
But you might not be against somebody who's freestyling. You might get against somebody who's just doing also a verse, and guess what? You might be better than that person, and then that's another step towards a 3K. You know what I mean? So,
and don't get me wrong, though, the freestyling in the building can win you the competition. You know,
definitely
that supernatural type of freestyle where you're going in and out of those pockets, where you're just picking up different things and putting it in with a whole batch of words that you kind of just already use. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of supernatural, he will be a judge at the event.
Dope.
Yes, he'll be a judge. Charlie Clips will be a judge. Yeah, man. And I think we got Dent and DJ Jones and this homie Mike. So we got 4 judges. We were going to do a 5th judge, but we would like to have more interaction with the crowd. So if we ever come to a tie, we're going to let the crowd decide. And
that's dope.
And so, yeah, man. But yeah, we're going to have Supernatural. And speaking of Supernatural, you know, I watched pretty much everything he's done.
Yeah.
But I never actually saw him versus Mad Skills.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen that, watch that, because P. Diddy is like a judge. I don't remember who else was a judge on that panel, but it just was like, whoa, we're doing that right now with the greats, with Supernatural, with Charlie Clips. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So and if you're a freestyler, those 2 in particular are going to take a liking to it, because those dudes, bro. I mean, if you obviously probably know who. I mean, if you follow battle rap, you know who those dudes are, right? And if not, you know Charlie Clips from Wildin' Out, right? And other places, and he freestyles up there. He does. The wild style, right? That's what it's all about. Like him, Hitman, Conceited, like all them dudes on there brought that, like, was structured around battle rap, really.
Well, Charlie Clips and DNA were you know, DNA. those cats came up also on the freestyle tip because some of these acapella battle rappers, they never came from that cloth.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good at doing acapella stuff now, but when it comes to acapella stuff, Charlie Clips and DNA were the two of my favorites that are like they can do shit on the spot. You know what I mean, and still be epic and make the crowd just go crazy. You know what I mean?
And you see guys like that who branch out, right, and they're kind of the founders, right? Almost in a sense of battle rap. Like you see NBA freestyles with DNA, K Shine, and Charlie Clips and them. DNA is a part of Power.
Right.
He's empowered, bro. Like
that's huge.
This is what it could be for you.
And they're still active. They're still just as
battle rapping,
better than ever. I
just seen both of them battle Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday too. Yeah, it was just some freestyle shit.
Yeah,
man. So it's fun, man. And I just want to bring back that element. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I started battle rapping for a girl. I was dating this girl. Shout out to Nicole, rest in peace. I was she was a backup dancer coordinator, choreographer for a group called the Empire at the time, and I would go watch. This was before I started battle rapping. I'd go watch their shows, and I'm supposed to be watching her doing her thing, and I saw this flyer, and it was for a battle in Boulder. I don't remember what the prize was, but it was for a battle in Boulder at the Fox Theater, and I just remember. I was so distracted by this flyer because I've been wanting to do it, But when I saw that flyer, I was like, man, this is like weird. Like I really want to do this, but I'm scared, Yeah. So eventually she gets off, and she's just like, hey, like she noticed I wasn't really paying attention, She didn't get mad or anything, but she was just kind of like, what are you looking at? I was like, this, I think I want to do this. And it was because she was like, you can do this. I know you can. I know you rap. I was already rapping, but she was like, you could do this. So long story short, I joined it, but it was because I was just trying to impress her, you know what I mean? But I also had a curiosity to do it. So we did it. And then I took third place. I actually battled PJ, Paul Jr.
Okay, nice.
Fresh Breath Committee. Shout out to Fresh Breath Committee. At the time, his name was Flawless. And this is my first time battling. I get up to third place, and then I have to battle Paul Jr., and I'm not gonna lie, bro. He killed it. You know what I mean? And it fucked me up, bro. I was just like, because I'm battling in front of this girl, right? And I didn't win, and so I was just kind of like disappointed in myself. And then I had maybe a few more battles after that. Then that just didn't go good. They didn't go my way. And then eventually, I don't know if you guys remember Fight Club.
Yeah.
Fight Club. In 2005, if you remember, Denver hosted the All-Star Weekend.
Yep.
And they actually had a Fight Club battle event at Champs in the Westminster Mall. Shout out to Westminster Mall.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I had been working at EL Wireless at the time, and I just remember they were promoting this event. So they had auditions the night before the main event, and dude, it was like everybody at that moment was lined up. Like they weren't like, oh, I can't freestyle. They were just, everybody was a rapper.
Yeah.
Everybody was just killing, doing their thing. They wanted recognition. They were hungry. So it was like a line of like 150 people. I mean, it was a lot of people. I remember it was like backed out to the door. So we're all getting in there. Boom. We're all doing we're doing our auditions. You go in there and, I do my thing, and they're kind of like, do another 60 seconds. Because I didn't know how to sell them, you know what I mean? And so I was like, all right, boom, boom. And I started freestyling because I had spit something I wrote. And they were like, but don't do nothing, just like say something about me. You know what? And so I just started freestyling about him. I don't even remember what I said, but he was like, all right, stick around, right? Then dance behind me. And he goes on. And all of a sudden, he kills it, right? And so he's like, damn. He's like, we only need one of you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, fuck, I know what they're about to do.
Yeah.
Sure enough, come outside. We go outside. This was like at the Foot Locker. They let us do this auditions in the Foot Locker across from the Chance, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, they bring us out. They're like, come on, International P, the dude who's hosting, he pulls me and Dent out into the hallway while all these other MCs are all waiting to audition. And they're like, yo, man, we got a situation. We got 2 dope MCs, but we can only take one. And you guys are going to help us, figure that out. And so I'm like, oh, man, I'm looking at Dent, and I'm just like, bro, I felt like I was looking at a lion, like just, he was just, you know what I'm saying? It's Dent, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been doing this. So, man, I had a battle, bro. I had to battle it out. And I remember there was a moment when I was getting the crowd reaction more than he was. Yeah. And I looked at him, and that's when we knew that I took the shit. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Shout out to Dent, though. He's still my brother.
Look at that
cool.
full circle now.
But no, it's full. That's what I was going to say. I was thinking before I come in here, man, is this is all full circle, bro. Yeah. Because, I want to give those moments and those opportunities to people now, right? So now we're here, right? And I want to be able to kind of recreate that kind of history with these artists now. And now they can grow up and have these kind of stories and grow up together and work together, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, back to that story is that the next day, I was like, oh, I won. The crowd picked me. Boom, boom, I win. The next day, the main event, right, at Champs. This was in front of Carmelo Anthony. I think Heather B was there. Method Man and Redman were supposed to be there. Something like, whatever. T.I. was supposed to be. I can't remember. I just remember I was in this situation. And, dude, the craziest thing is that I did not think I would get past that because I had to battle this one dude, Q, at the time, and I don't know where he's at anymore. And then I had to battle some other cat. I beat him, and then they brought back Dan again. And I was like,
surprise!
I already got through. I was like, I already beat him. You know, they're like,
character.
oh, fortunately, we need so whatever.
That's
he's in there.
Unlocked character.
We had a battle again, bro. So man, love that, man. But I ended up winning that battle, and I think at that time it didn't even matter what I was. To be honest with you, I think Dent was saying way better shit than me.
It was just a moment.
It was because the people were growing with the process and seeing me. And so I would say the dumbest shit, and people would, and then someone else would say something, and they'd be like, boo, even if they said something dope.
You won the crowd.
I won the crowd, bro. And so I ended up battling Iron Solomon at that battle.
Fire.
Oh, wow.
And what the crazy thing is, when I battled Iron Solomon, same thing happened. I was saying the dumbest shit, and he was saying some dope ass shit, and they were just booing him. Like, they wouldn't even let him rap. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
So I win, right? I win the whole thing. Money and all that other whatever stuff that they offered. And it was crazy because I had come from trying to fucking win this thing, and I was able to win this in front of Nicole, right? And so I was just like in this situation. People were like kind of wanting me to sign the posters and shit. And it was my moment, man. It was like my moment.
Yeah.
But then after the event, Iron Solomon was like, hey, bro, don't go anywhere. And I was like, oh, shit, right? And he was just like, hey, bro, that was slick what you did there. He goes, but I'm not going to let you get away with that. He goes, do you got some time? Do you got like an hour or so? He's like, we're going to battle at my hotel. And I was like, fuck, dude, are you serious? And I was like, I just want to go home and chill with my girl. And you know what I mean? But there was a MC in me that was like, you calling me out? All right,
let's go. Get it.
Let's do it.
And he destroyed me, bro. He fucking destroyed me, bro. And I'm glad that
He's a legend.
They recorded it on camera, but I'm so glad that they fucking never put that shit out, bro, because that shit was trash, bro. It was
wow.
It was I was in the pit, you know what I mean? Where it was just like there was no getting away with winning. It was bars. And Iron Solomon went off for like 4 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fucking, I said something like how he looks like Harry Potter, some gay shit.
Yeah.
And I just stood in my ground, and I just was like, all right, but lesson learned, and that's kind of what
Yeah, but you went
me to where I'm at today.
You went back and battled Iron Solomon at his hotel because you beat him in the first. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's Iron Solomon, bro.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Like
that's
that
legend.
is ridiculous.
But that goes to show why competitions like this are even that much more important, because it could be anybody's moment.
Right. I was just gonna
Doesn't
say
matter.
it could
Like,
be your
sometimes
moment.
it's a fresh face, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're used to the same old scene, and then that fresh face comes around, and all of a sudden he's the hottest new thing in battle rap.
Right.
You know
and
what I mean?
You never know, man. And with the whole online thing and just social media, maybe one of those clips that might blow it up. You might have millions of views on it because
on
of
TikTok.
how amazing it was. You know what I mean? Like, you just, it's TikTok, whatever. Like, it's so this is a really good chance, because again, we didn't have this before. You know, now you get to record it. Now you get to be a part of it and be able to talk about it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, it's gonna. I'm excited, bro. I'm just, like you said, it's full circle. And we're here now, and let's see who's got the juice. If you got what it takes, $3K is on the table, guys.
So we got April 18th. Next One Labs and Body Bag Battles presents a fan band production. Who's got the juice? Freestyle battle competition, $3,000 cash prize and sponsorship, hosted by VO The Face, MC by the legendary Dent himself.
Yes, sir.
And then you got sounds by DJ Cons and DJ Sin.
Yes, sir. And, shout out to Cons, man. He's been out there, playing, just playing beats for the freestyle Thursdays. He's been active with all of this, so we're excited to have him. He'll be the active DJ that'll be playing the beats for the rappers. And then DJ Sin, shout out to DJ Sin. She'll be kind of like in between, just party rocking, playing some dope shit. She's got a huge following, so we're excited to have her too.
And so let's talk about structure a little bit. How many MCs so far or auditions have you guys had?
So we have 10 that signed up officially. Okay. We need 16 total. Okay. And so we did 10 just because, we were supposed to have auditions this last Friday, but due to the snowstorm, we had to push it back, which is awesome. It sucks because there were a lot of people that are like, oh man, I was ready. It was, you know what I mean? You're eager. You want to get up there. You want to, get your spot. But it's also a blessing in disguise because this gives everybody a chance to sign up now. Yep. Because I know I'm going to run into situations, closer to the event, like, oh, bro, I didn't I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like, so this is your chance, now to sign up because now we're doing auditions March 30th. It'll be a Saturday night at Shisha Lifa. Shisha Lifa is off 2222 Broadway. And so if you haven't signed up, online, you can just show up and there is an entry fee. That's another thing. People are like, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't charge an entry. Listen, man, if you believe in yourself, $60 is not a lot, bro. And honestly, it goes towards the 3K. Like, where do you think that this comes from?
Yeah.
It's not, so, it helps us kind of, budget that. And like I said, if you believe in yourself, then $60 isn't much. I'm pretty sure you spent $60 on some dumb shit.
Well, shit, think about $60 to win 3K.
Exactly.
$60 to win 3K.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Win a career.
That's what it is, you know? So,
potentially career-changing path.
So, for the structure, we're going to pick our main 10 for now. And then as time goes on, we'll do like either online auditions for people that don't know about it. I know that I've been hearing that some people from out of state are interested in signing up that can't make it March 30th. We'll do some online auditions and we'll kind of pick those from there. What's cool is that once we pick our 16, those 16, their videos, audition videos, will be sent out to these cannabis companies. And that's who they're going to be representing in the battle at the finals.
Okay.
Temple has these dope ass LED lights on the side where if let's just say whatever, let's say Dent is battling and he's sponsored by Lightshade. Lightshade's logo is going to be blasting on
while he's
battling,
that's tight.
which is going to get everybody involved. That's part of that. If somebody's hyped for their artist, they're going to fucking be rooting for them.
That gets you a crowd right away because that gets the company you work for like, yo, they're going to be out here fucking with our guys.
And so are they randomly picked from the dispensaries as far as who's going to be, backing them, or is it kind of just a...
We're still trying to work that out. Yeah, we're still trying to work it out. I think we want to give them the choice to choose. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We want them to be excited about their artist, so if I want them to like that artist, so I think what we'll do is we'll probably set up a web page where it has all their auditions online and the physical auditions, and then just kind of let them choose from there. And if...
Do a draft.
Do a draft type situation, you know what I'm saying, and kind of go from there because it's going to be interesting because it's like so and so picks so and there's only so few left, and they're gonna be like, well, I guess I go with that guy, right? So we'll figure out something for that, but that's the overall idea right now.
Tailor make those bars.
Yeah, man. So
tailor them.
Sell yourself.
Yeah. And for artists, if you want to sell yourself to them, and let's say you have a favorite cannabis company or something, shout them out.
Yep.
Shout them out after your audition. Be like, yo, shout out to Lightshade, boom, boom, boom. Because this is what's going to make them want you. You know what I mean? So, that's going to be kind of a layout.
While you're throwing Lightshade, shout out Lightshade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, the importance of auditions is we're going to just do pull a name out of the bucket situation. Kind of like if you've ever watched Kill Tony, people just sign up and they'll just pull. The problem with that is, if we have 1,000 people in the building and somebody completely sucks, dude, we want to keep heads in the door, man. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So we want qualified, artists that are going to do something amazing, man. We want people to, get the oohs and ahs, and we want to get people to stay there. And we want them to see the process. People are going to want to see who's going to win the tournament. You know what I mean? So we want the best of the best, man. And that's kind of why we're doing auditions. And if you've looked at great battle competitions, there's always been auditions. Like I said, even when we did Fight Club, that those epic battles wouldn't happen if they didn't audition us, right?
And it's going to be bracket style.
We'll probably do a bracket style, yeah. Once we get our 16, then we'll
And then just
go
kind
that
of
way.
like-
But we don't want to show like who's gonna battle who. That's another question. People are like, oh, like, am I gonna know who I'm gonna battle? And this and it's like, nah, bro, I'm sorry, that's not the way it
dope.
works. You know, so we'll know.
You'll know who's freestyling at that point because
Yeah,
too, if they get
exactly.
put up against somebody,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? Like if they have some writtens and shit, and then they wanted to keep it personal towards that person,
Yeah.
or that person keeps it personal towards them, they're like, oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I've learned the hard way. Writtens don't last in a freestyle battle competition. I've gotten so close, but once those writtens run out, all bets are
There's
off,
some
bro.
bars
You know what
that
I
you
mean?
can store in your pocket that are good to fall back to.
Yeah.
That might get you back on course. Like if you're fucking freestyling and,
Yep.
and you're slipping up, run out, fall back on maybe on like 4 bars that
Yeah.
you hit in the
Yeah.
verse,
Yeah.
and maybe it gets you back. But like, yeah, if you're leaning on the written the whole time, dude,
It's-
people are gonna tell
run
quick.
out of gas, bro. You know what I used to do was I used to like, you know, I don't know. People always like they was like, yo, you fucking racist, but it's not that. I would literally write like, you know, black guy. And then I would write a 60-second verse for a black guy. White guy, I
Yeah.
would write a 60-second verse for a white guy. Chinese dude, I would write it, and I would write.
There's nothing off limits in
I had,
hip-hop,
I had
boy.
rounds for like little people. I was
Yeah.
gonna say midgets, but I like little people. I was like, whatever, a girl, you know what I mean? I
You
just,
have to.
it wasn't. I didn't know who I was gonna battle.
Yeah,
I
you
just
had to be
knew that
ready.
I had bullets, you know,
Yeah.
in the chamber, just ready to go, and it worked my way. But then you meet somebody that actually knows how to do it, who's been doing it without having to write. And that's where I meet my match, man. And it's just, you know, but you know, that it is what it is. And I still had, you know, an amazing time. It was dope, man. And I got to meet so many people throughout that process. You know?
At the very worst, man, if you're writing, at least you get to get your product out in front of the people, right? Like you're gonna be rocking in front of 1,000 people. You know what I mean? That's big in itself. You get to, you know, interact, network. That's huge.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who knows? You might hit a home run.
So we got 10 picked artists so far. Hopefully 16.
Well, those 10 still have to audition.
Yeah.
March 30th.
Oh, okay.
Those are just 10 that we know about.
Okay, but the competition will have hopefully 16 MCs in it.
Eventually, we need the full 16. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Once we pick them. Yeah.
And then what is the time frame layout for their each? Are they getting rounds, or is it just
It's going to be 3 60-second rounds.
3 60-second
60 seconds. That's it, man. And you know, the thing is, you know, usually a battle with 16 rappers lasts about an hour and a half or so.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the event from 7 to 11. But we did that strategically because the chunk of it is going to be the battle. But man, we have so many people coming through that don't even listen to rap and all that we need to make sure that we keep heads in the door. So for the most of everything else is just party rock. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
80s. It's going to be themed around 90s hip hop.
Okay.
And not just hip hop, pop. We just want people to have a good time. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it's just basically the 3 rounds, 60 seconds. And then if there's a tie situation, then you would have to do another 60 seconds.
And then
But
you said
for
there
the
was
most part,
5 judges, right? You named 5 judges.
4 judges in the crowd.
4, and then crowd will be,
Crowd is another
the
judge.
tiebreaker situation.
Okay,
and I'm
and-
hoping to have that. We want that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We want, because those are the moments that are like real epic, and we get the crowd involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And,
And I'm
then if
trying
they're
to
going
ask
for the guy, they're going to go for the guy.
Exactly, and you're going to hear roars. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those situations where somebody's favored. You know what I mean? Even like, you know what happened to me, but it's still fun. And yeah, and aside from that, you know, we're also going to have art there. We're going to have like an art gallery, people bringing in their graph or if they're whatever craft they're doing. We're going to have
Sick.
that.
Sick.
We're also going to have some food vendors, some of the best chefs out there, so that people get hungry. Again, we're doing everything we can to bring all the elements together to keep everybody in the door and have a good time. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And be able to talk about it. You know.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, and then freestyle competition, beat selection. Do they know beat selection? They don't know the opponent. Do they know beat selection prior to, or do they have to just kind of prepare for whatever's going to be thrown at them?
It's just prepared for whatever's going to be thrown at them.
Nice.
At
Yeah,
this
that's
point.
tight.
It's, you
That's
know,
tight.
It's just, you know, it's like Russian roulette, kind of
Hell
like,
yeah.
hey, bro, we don't know, but, you know, better go kill it. So, but I would like to do like when it comes down to the last 2, I do want like before they battle, I want them to pick their favorite beat. And then I'll tell DJ Cons, and then they're not going to know when the beat's going to come in. But just because they might have something super dope to that. If you look back to the Supernatural versus Juice battle, Supernatural rocked to the what is that beat from Pharoah Monch? Dun 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 dun. Put your motherfucking hand on. Bum 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 bum.
Oh,
Yeah.
What is that song called?
I don't know the name of it.
Ah, man, it's gonna kill me. But anyways, he had mentioned that was his favorite beat. and eventually Juice did his thing, and he was like, he killed it. And if you watch the tape, Supernatural comes up, and he hears the beat, the Godzilla. You know, that's a sample of Godzilla.
Yep.
And so he's stomping around and shit. But now keep in mind, he just got the beat that he asked for.
Simon Says.
Simon Says, thank you, appreciate
I
that.
had to.
fact check. So Simon Says comes on, and he comes, and I mean, after, if you watch that, everybody go back to, you know, it's very important that you look at your history, right? Because what's going to help you in this competition are moments like those.
Yeah.
You know, when Supernatural battled Juice, and so yeah, I hope that, you know, we can give them a little bit to just kind of shine a little more. If they want their favorite beat, whatever, let's let them have that beat, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the idea with that.
Speaking of Supernatural, man, I think it was 2006 or 2007, Rock the Bells at Red Rocks.
I remember that,
dude
man.
freestyle. Just he came out of the
entire
crowd,
time.
dude, grabbing shit from the crowd,
Yeah.
just going, bro.
He will have he'll have a 30-minute set. We're actually going to put the 30-minute set in between. So we'll do the battles, and then we'll take a break from the battles once we get through some. And then in between that, Supernat will go up there
That's
and rock
sick.
for like 30 minutes. And
That's
if
sick.
you've seen Supernat, it's
I've seen him at
incredible
a show
what he
that Dent
does.
brought him out previously.
Yeah.
Dude, he's
He'll have people pick items out of their pockets, and then he'll start doing a freestyle just right then and there.
Yeah, how you gonna keep
incredible.
clips out of there? You don't think he's a showman? He might just.
I mean, you
He
know,
might
I'm not
just
mad.
pop up there,
I'm
you know
not
what I mean?
mad. I'm not mad at all if he wants to get up there. It's not part of the contract, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I'm not mad.
You
if he
never
gets up
know.
there. You never know.
You
So,
never know.
Improvising.
Clips sometimes.
There's
he's a
no
showman.
rules.
and if you go at him, you
Yeah.
never know. He's
Yeah.
a battle rapper.
Yeah, there's no rule that he can't. You know, so
Oh, yeah.
you know, so but you know, speaking of, there are some heads that are in the scene, like URL scene, King
Yeah.
of the Dot scene, that I've seen this, the flyer for the event, that are interested in coming out. And we're hoping to get them as probably one of the 16. There's no rules to anyone signing up. You could be an active battle rapper now. You could be old,
want the
young,
bag.
at least as long as you're 21.
we gonna get in this bitch, Don. Let's go.
Bag, go get the
You
bag.
never know, bro. I know rappers that are like, yo, I'm gonna come out of retirement just to try,
Just
You
to
know what
fuck
I mean?
around with
Just
it,
to-
yeah.
Or some people are like, yo, I might just be a rapper just to go try this shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And the thing is you may not know your opponent, you know, when you go into it, but bracket style, if you know how to work a bracket, you can figure out who you got next,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then who you're gonna see after
Right.
that, so
Yeah.
you can
Start
start
preparing.
to, you
Yeah.
know, tailor those bars for
Right.
who you're gonna see. And now
Right.
after that, it's
So once again, April 18th, Who's Got the Juice at the Temple Nightclub, 1136 Broadway in Denver, from 7 to 11. Freestyle battle competition, $3,000 cash prize, and a sponsorship.
Yes, sir.
20 weekend.
Yes, sir. 420 weekend.
420 weekend. At that, you're already going to be out here. You're already going to be doing your thing. Come find some welcome people.
Yeah, and you know, we want to do this in the future too, man. You know, so if this goes well, man, we want to do Who's Got the Juice DJ battle.
Yo,
Who's got
let's
the
go.
juice? Who's got the juice versus battles? Because you know, a versus battle would be
That'd be
talking about
hard.
that?
Yeah.
We
See
talked
that?
about
See
that,
that
yeah.
strikes your interest right away because you are an artist and you would just go up just to do your song, right?
Yeah.
So, B-boy, Who's Got the Juice? B-boy. So we really want to take this and just make it a platform where we can continue to do this and shine, man, and give back to the culture, dude. You know, what
It's
I
to
mean?
give to the next generation of the culture. I was just about to say that, bro. It's like to get that next generation of folks in. You know what I mean? This is what the culture is. Like, know your history, like you said. Hip hop may be different in some aspects today in terms of hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's all hip hop still. We've had this discussion before. Like, it's just different rooms of hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's to get to know your culture, get to know where you're from, get to know how they used to do it back in the day. This is how we're doing it now. This is our tweaks on how we're doing it now. And also pay homage, man, because there's going to be some legends in that building, whether or not they're performing,
Right.
or whether they're just there for the show. You know what I mean? There's going to be some lovers of hip hop, excuse me, and some folks that have, you know, some pelts on the wall in hip hop that are going to be at that show.
Right.
And so go and just be part of it and you know, get to know these people, man. Even if you're an artist and you don't want to perform, just go fucking be part of it. It's going to be an epic night for the culture, especially here locally.
Yeah, and right now pre-sales are $10, so get them while they're $10.
Yeah.
Eventually they'll be 20, and even $20, bro. Like
like you can't
if
do
I was,
much.
If I was just walking by Temple just that night, just random, and I happen to see like some shit, and then we're like, oh, how much is it? $20? Fucking let's go see what's
Yeah,
going
bro.
on real quick. You know what I mean? So we, you know, I want to make this so that it's for everybody, bro. And you know, that was one of the things that was a debate that we had. We're like, should we just do acapella battles? The problem with acapella battles, it gets awkward sometimes when it's quiet and there's no music playing. I see
don't
it.
hit.
I see it, bro. People start walking. You know what I mean? If they're not battle rap fans, they start leaving because they have to be shushed.
At
and
the
all this
very
other
least,
stuff.
they sit there and jam out to the beat.
Right, and not to you know, like discredit acapella battle rap, but in a place like this, bro, we need that place jumping. You know what I mean? So we want people rocking over beats. You know, If a rapper decides, hey, I want to go acapella, please, like, I'm not against that.
But you gotta kill it.
There are been situations where I've seen that in the past. You know what I mean? Supernatural, when he battled Mad Skills, I think Mad Skills was like rapping just acapella, you know, and Supernat was rocking over the beat, and that worked too. So And speaking of what you said, like the people in the building, you know, yeah, you're right, man. There might be people in the building that you're like going to be surprised by. You know, if you look at some of these battles with Supernat and Juice, and also like Naughty by Nature's in the background. You know, you see some of the Wu members, like you know. So you know, and I'm excited to have all artists there. You know?
Well, and then that weekend, right?
It's
that
420
weekend,
so
that weekend's gonna be
people
there's
out.
people in town.
There's gonna be people in town.
People in town, and that's you know you never know who
Especially-
you'd be rubbing shoulders with right in lower downtown like that, or not lower downtown, but so downtown, right? Southern downtown.
Well, like Method Man runs to Cal, and
Yeah.
he's always out here just pushing his product. You know what I mean? Especially 420 weekend. I'm not saying he's gonna be here, but you never know. You know what I'm saying? So you know, make sure you have your bars up, man.
We're talking about like if it's written, come spit your writtens. When we're talking about how these dudes freestyling on all these different shows, one of the craziest ones I seen was Method Man literally reading from his phone,
When-
and in the subtitle is like Method Man freestyle. I'm like that. Okay,
Yeah, it was the one with Black Thought.
Yeah.
And Black Thought just is a fucking different monster. But you know, if that happens, there's no rule, but it's not gonna look good. You know, if you remember,
it better come out bars.
Well, you remember when Cannabis battled Disaster?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Cannabis pulled out his notepad, and it was awkward after that.
There's
you
been
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of
So,
moments like that in battle rap where
It's awkward.
people just have to, you know, choke it out or pull out something. And then
Luckily, bro, I've that's why I
Twerks
practice so
done it.
hard. When I battle, I practice so hard so that never happens. And there's been moments when I choke up and I just freestyle, and I pull it off, but it's like I watch it and I'm like, ew, it's cringe. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so.
And you got to be like, that's why this is so tight too, because you said it's 1,000. You want to get 1,000 people in there.
Yep.
So you're auditioning, right? But you also got to be able to rock a stage and be able to control a crowd like
Exactly.
that. Because if you get in front of that crowd and you're intimidated by it or whatever, it'll eat you up.
Oh,
so
dude.
make sure you're out there.
You don't
and
have any stage
bring your
presence, you're
A game,
screwed.
bro. Because this, he
Yes,
said
sir.
it already. We want the best of the best in there competing to see who's gonna. Who got the juice?
You got
Got
to
the
practice, and even though it's freestyle, practice freestyle. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
maybe take an hour a day of just whatever, just practice, and also write. It doesn't hurt to write some verses, man, and just listen. Your brain is a chamber. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying, and you got to load that
Sharpen
as
it.
much as you can to the point that when you need it, you have some things like you said. Like if I start choking up, I got a little bit of this verse, and listen. Sometimes not everybody notices that kind of shit. Only you do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's one step closer to the 3K. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Once again, Saturday, or is it, it's April 18th, not Saturday, right? What is it? April 18th, Who's Got the Juice freestyle battle competition. To audition, it's the 30th?
March 30th. yeah.
March 30th. All right. And where can they go to either get signed up or find out more information? Do you want to plug the socials or something?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I've been pretty much running running most of this. So you can just contact me if you follow me already. If not, just go into Google and spell out Spoken Wordz, SPOKEINWORDZ, and then just after that, Facebook or Instagram. You can find me. You could DM me. I'm literally interacting with everybody.
And listen,
And I have links to the sign up and links to the tickets. So if you need those, just hit me up, DM me, and I'll send those to you.
and listen, since you're going to be Googling that shit, make sure you go down that rabbit hole because you will not be disappointed. You'll go down that Spoken Words rabbit hole, a lot of music.
Yeah, I got
a lot of battles.
A lot of battles on YouTube.
Yep.
You just type in Spoken Words versus, and then a bunch of the battles pop up. So.
And it's a freestyle
just-
competition, so know who's gonna be in the building, bro. Know who's gonna be in the building. If
Right.
you're gonna make it, then just prepare yourself. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like tailor them a little bit. Like you can throw some shit in there. I'm not trying to give too much juice away. You know what I mean? But you could do it, dog. Man, dope competition you got going on, bro. Make sure to get us that link too. We'll put that link in the bio
for
when
sure.
we drop this, and so that way everybody can go out there and get those tickets, man. Make sure you're in the building.
And then we'll
You
make
wanna be
sure
there.
like we do with all of our friends at the end, up until this competition's through. We'll make sure we plug that shit every time we record, bro, just to get the word out to our folks. I mean, it's not like we're reaching the millions of masses, but we're trying to reach as many people as we can, and we support our community, bro. And this is shit that's right down our avenue. And we love it, bro. So we'll make sure we plug it, man.
I thank you guys for having me, because I don't know who to really, connect with when it comes to the podcast stuff. I know that there's some podcasts out there. Yeah. I'm trying to get on more and get to talking about this. And part of my job is to get out and talk about this. I'm pretty much my own street team. Yeah. So you'll see me out there at events and stuff beforehand talking about this, trying to basically get people to sign up and come to the show. So
yeah, I text Dom like, hey, man, should we get Spoke on? He's got this. Yeah. He was like, let's fucking do it. Like, all right, awesome, hey, bro. Spoke, awesome. Let's get on. Podcast. And then, hey, to your credit, like you said, bro, like you're quick with responding on that DM. So if you folks need information, want to get signed up, he's gonna hit you back up real quick. Like, I mean, this has been fun, man. I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you coming on, man, bro, and doing it.
And if you could, before we're done, if you can open up your box, that way you guys can kind of showcase.
Yeah, for sure.
What next one gave you.
Let's bet. We'll do that right now. And then we got some questions for you. I
already pulled the lighter out of mine, so there's that right there.
All right. So infused pre-roll.
Those are infused pre-roll, yes, sir.
Cantaloupe Crush. Can't speak. Oh, that's dope. I like orange, too.
Dope. Yeah, is that Bronco themed?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take the black one.
I'm not a big Bronco fan, but nice. I fucks with it, though, dude. This is dope. I like it. Thank you.
Dope, man. No problem. Wow. Thanks to Next One.
And shout out to Next One.
Shout out to Next One, man. Some stickers. I was eyeballing that teddy bear sticker. I'm throwing that on some things.
It's the honey bear. You'll see that pretty much everywhere. So
the laptop.
I've got my laptop, and then I've got on our case where we carry our equipment because we go mobile, man. We're gonna be doing some boxing in May, Cinco de Mayo weekend. Okay. My boy Mario. At Icon Boxing and Icon Sales. He's having an event going on, so we're going to be doing the commentating on that, bro.
It'd be dope. I do want to have like a podcast set up at the event.
Yeah.
Where we interview the artist as well. You know what I mean? So it'd be like, oh, you just got off stage, boom, boom.
Because we can go live on that. We can live stream that.
Yeah, and we can like create like the problem is I don't want people being like, oh, I'll just watch it from online. So they would still have to pay.
No, it wouldn't be the battle. It wouldn't. I don't even think we can live I'm not even talking about live streaming the battle.
Live stream the interviews. Because if you watch like some smack battles and stuff like that, the big ones, they usually like on the side they have another room where they'll just basically like, oh, go do a quick interview.
Yo,
we'll talk to him. Yeah,
we'll talk
Shout
after
out to Jay
this.
Black.
We'll talk after this, and we'll figure out something.
I know we're already putting all the.
I'm with it. Let's do it. Hey, no, hey, we love doing this stuff, man, and we love just connecting with folks that are like minded, bro. And again, like any way we can help support and push, man. That's what
I'd like to eventually come on here and talk about sports and stuff too, like what you guys are doing, because I like what you're doing, and it'll inform me also on some of the things, because I do like doing sports stuff. So
you've got any nieces or nephews or young kids or cousins they're looking for a place to play football at, man. Wolfpack, man. We're Colorado Wolfpack football organization, man. That's what we're doing. I know. That's what I think about when I think about Wolfpack. But yeah, man. Like if you got any kids that need a home for football, man,
dope, man.
Let us know. Training or any of that stuff, man. We're mostly football, and I coach track and field over there at North, so we stick to what we know. Yeah. Shout out to North, man. That's the OG.
I went there too. Yeah.
What years?
Dude, I can't even remember that. You know what's funny? I knew you were gonna ask me that. I was like, damn, I don't even remember.
I know you grew up in Northside, right?
I didn't go for long. Yeah, I didn't go for long though. I actually had to go. What was the side thing that they had?
CLA.
I had to go to that, because I just wasn't good. I was at risk youth.
You were one of the folks that had a cup of tea at North. I know I have a gang of homies that just North wasn't for them, especially back then.
Yeah.
And it just
eventually I was at Horseman before, like for middle school, and that's kind of how I ended up, because I lived with my grandma in North. Yeah. Shout out my grandma, she's still there. But yeah, man, fucking North is dope. It's dope that you ended up there, man.
It happened not by accident. My homie Hector, who I participated in track with in high school, happened to be the head coach, and they had a need for a throws coach, man. That's tight, man. And got back there. Led to me coaching football there for a while, meeting this dude right here. And that was full like circle. The birth, bro. And we've built a great relationship over the years, and knowing how each other works, and then coaching, and then just being men and fathers, bro.
And I appreciate what you do for all the kids, man. That's dope that you're doing that. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Somebody once did it for me. Somebody once did it for me.
Right.
And that put it on me that I needed to do it for someone else. And then I've screwed up, bro, and messed up along the way and had my falls. And so I want to make sure that I can it's a responsibility we have as men to other young men and young kids, man, is to kind of teach them the right way, bro. Teach them not to do some of the mistakes we made or and also just to be positive in the community, bro, because we don't have enough folks in the community that are that way. So I just try, bro. And I love it, man. It's a passion that I do. I tell these kids all the time, I get more from coaching them than they get from me. Like it's
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like
that's dope the way you say that. That's dope.
Passion.
Yeah, dude.
Speaking of passion, if you have a passion for hip hop and you think you got bars, then we want to see who got the juice.
Let's go.
All right, before we go any further, if you got the juice, then you got to be in the building. Don't talk about it, be about it. If you got them bars, then we want to see it out there. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, before we go, we always like to do a little mailbag question, and being that you're here, you're, vet battle rapper, having a battle competition, hip hop enthusiast for life, you know what I'm saying? Hip hopper forever.
Dope rapper.
MC. I call him an MC. Because you know what? When a lot of the times I hear Spoke rap, he wasn't just rapping. He was teaching. He was learning folks up on the game.
Yeah, that's fact.
You go through his catalog, bro. And I'll give you your flowers, bro. And I know you're super humble, but you go through your catalog of songs that you've put out. There are very rare, a few of them that have any kind of message that's not necessary. Like everything's noteworthy, everything's meaningful, everything's thoughtful, and unless you're going at somebody battling,
right?
A lot of your stuff, bro, is super positive.
Yeah. Apologize for some of those things I say in the battles.
Hey, nah.
There's no holds bars in it.
I'm different, man. When I'm battling, my eyes go black. You
have to.
I'm not even. It's a different beast.
It's like stepping on a football field.
And then when I'm done, I'm always like, ah, man. I'm just.
You listen to the replay, you're like, oh my god, what happened?
Yeah, I just go shark mode, man.
It's like the Incredible Hulk coming back after being the Hulk. You know what I mean?
If you don't do it, they're gonna do it to you. It's kill or be killed.
That's right.
And that's kind of how I learned. So people have said some shit to me too. You gotta have tough skin to be in battles. So yeah, man.
So that being said, what would you say are your top 5 battle rappers or your top 5 battles that you've either been a part of or seen just in your lifetime of seeing battle rap and being a fan of it?
Oh man, that's tough, bro. Top 5. The thing is like I have top 5 in today's battle rap, and then I have top 5 in all time. You know what I mean?
So let's audible it. Who have been the most influential battle rappers in your life?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, man, I'm gonna go Supernatural, Juice, just because those. I mean, those are classic. Those are epic, and from those you have your Eminems, and you know what I mean. Everything kind of just came from that. So yeah, those two for sure. There's others, man. Like I think when it comes to today's format, disasters, I always get like accused of like sounding like disasters. Just the problem is you watch somebody so much, you just kind of like are like a chameleon. You just kind of adapt some of that. But disaster, Charlie Clips, I'm just kind of naming some DNA. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just stop there. Yeah, there's so many, man. There's just so many. But I think top inspiration, Supernatural, Juice, Eminem. So.
One last time, man. Get your chance. Plug your event. Plug what you got going on, bro. If you had a minute to plug what you want to plug,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the mighty Spoken Word. Shout out to DNA Sports Training Podcast, and yeah, man. Who's got the juice? April 18th, freestyle battle competition for 3K and more. We got VO the Face, hosted by VO the Face. We got mic'd by Dent, sounds by DJ Cons and DJ Sin. And more announcements to come, man. This next week, we'll be announcing everybody else that's a part of the event. Yeah, we're going to have Charlie Clips there. We're going to have Supernatural there. Jones is going to be there. So get your bars up, get ready, do your practice, do your research, and, it's one step closer to the 3K, man.
Let's go.
Yeah. Shout out to next one. Shout out to Hazy.
There you go.
Shout out.
As always, man, it always brings us to this time. Spoke, I appreciate you, dude.
Thanks,
I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming through, man. Rocking with us. Yo, as always, though, we got to do it the way we always do it.
Do it up.
Shout out to Inkless Laser, Icon Sales and Boxing, Anytime Flood Restoration, Zach G and the Play Harder Podcast, Rebel Promotions, Black Sevens, Janice's Catering, Lash All Beauty, Cutthroat Barbers and Anglers, the Canyon Fly Shop, the Wolfpack Youth Football Association, and as always, DNASportsDenver.com. Make sure you go sign up, get your kids on something. Go to our website, Westminster Wolfpack.
Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend.
Let's go.
Don't be shy.
Let's
Check
go.
out the podcast. Buy some merch. Do whatever you got to do. But show some love.
Let's go.
Support.
Again, we out of here, man. Shout out to the Mighty Mighty Spoken Words. Shout out to my partner, Dom, man. Shout out to you. Talk to y'all next time.
We
Peace.
out.
Peace.